Hello and welcome back to my channel. Saturday's come around and surprisingly it's not raining. We've got a beautiful day today, so if anything I've been complaining I'm too warm. What am I like? I'm never happy. Well, actually I am happy. I've been to group, got a great result and I'm smiling about it. What did I do this week? I did what I have been doing for the past 3 weeks. I had 4 healthy extras every day and I had 15 sins every day. And I made those sins up again with avocado. So I think on every day this week I've had either 80 or 90 grams of avocado. So that's either 8 or 9 sins worth. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And I don't know why I haven't been doing this for a while. Joe's been telling me to, and I didn't have the confidence. I was so scared of regaining the weight. And I've been missing out. So I'm not going to miss out anymore. Went along to group this morning with Joe's help because the lady who usually helps me is away on holiday. Got on the scales, confident that I had done everything I needed to do this week, comfortably so. That I had eaten well, that I had drunk plenty, that I had walked, for me what is a normal amount, I think it was 41.38 miles this week. We haven't gone out of our way to walk. We do our 5,000 steps after dinner if we're both available, 5,000 steps before breakfast if we're both available. And what's nice about that is, and it kind of dawned on Joe the other night, he went, hey, do you realise between having our dinner at night and getting up and having our breakfast in the morning, we're actually walking 10,000 steps without even thinking about it. It seems so easy. And then because of other jobs and bits and bobs we've done this week, different places we've been able to walk to for things that we were doing, it actually tallied up to 41.38 miles. And I was surprised when I added that up last night because it's actually been very easy to achieve that. It's nice just to walk, if you need to go to the paper shop or the post office or the local supermarket, provided you're not doing a week's worth of shopping, it's nice to just walk it. And what we're finding, because we go walking early in the morning, and we live near a big gym, well, we live near 2 big gyms, but they're both open very early, and most mornings we see a lady who's coming back from an early morning swim, and it makes you realise a lot of people out there doing exercise. Excuse me. And a couple of nights this week we've seen running clubs out, haven't we?
Yeah.
And what was funny though, there's roadworks near where we live, and most of the cars coming out of these big gyms, you've got your Lamborghinis and your Ferraris and your Porsches. And we've been lapping them this week, haven't we? Because they've been stuck at traffic lights. And it's like, no, just lapped a Lamborghini. So, yeah, we've had a laugh this week. Going past a Porsche whilst watching people watching TV in their car. It's like, gosh, how the other half live. It's marvellous. So, what did I do? I got on the scales, confident that I had done comfortably what I usually do, and I lost £1. Consequently, that's taken me to 9 stone 1.5. And Naomi's first reaction was very much, oh, it's okay, she said. It's not flagging up that your weight's too low. I think it must flag up on their little gizmo thing if you're getting close to the bottom end of your weight band. And I just asked Joe if he would look on the Slimming World website and actually work out what band of weight I should be in for my height. And it shows 7 stone 4 to 9 stone 11. So I am still way above halfway. That's fine. I'm not going to panic about being underweight. As long as I'm sitting neatly within those figures, I'm comfortable. I could actually join Slimming World today at the weight I am, because you only have to have £7 to lose, don't you? The other thing is, on Slimming World website, it's showing my BMI as 23.3. which again I'm really comfortable with because my consultant at the Park Hospital tells me my BMI should be 25 or below. When I read different information about BMI, it seems to point towards looking to the middle figure, and the figures go like, is it 21 to 25, Joe? Mm-hmm. Or 19 to 25?
I think it's about 19 to 25.
Yeah, 19 to 25 for a healthy BMI. Joe's probably nearer the 19, I'm at 23.3. I can't grumble at that. I never dreamt I'd get to this stage, so I'm certainly very happy about it. And we were just laughing. We'd just been somewhere on the way back from group, and we're driving home on the ring road, and I said to Joe, I've got a title for my vlog today. What's that? He said. And I said, lowest weight in 50 years. And he kind of like, what? And I said, well, I was just thinking it's 50 years at the beginning of September since I started secondary school at the age of 11. And I weighed more when I started secondary school than I weigh today. And I don't think I ever thought of myself as overweight at that stage. I was just on the bigger side of average. I was bigger than most of my friends, but I was smaller than some. You don't want 11-year-olds focusing on their weight anyway, do you? So I certainly wasn't told I was overweight at that stage. But looking back, and I was the same height at 11 that I am today. I've been 5'2" since I was about that age. Yeah, but the rest of my family went that way, grew upwards. My brothers grew upwards, so I grew that way. So I'm making up for it now. But it's a nice feeling. Yeah, the lowest weight in 50 years. So, what am I bringing back from group today? Very positive group, very friendly group. We had a few laughs. And there's a new hi-fi bar coming out, which doesn't appeal to me at all because it's carrot cake, and I'm not. Apart from the fact it's going to have walnuts on top, but I can't imagine it'll have very many walnuts on top. It's a carrot, grated carrot, walnut and yoghurt bar. So it actually does sound quite nice, but it's not something I'd be looking to buy, but I think people will enjoy it. Another bit of news, there's been quite a lot on social media about the Benefit Light bars disappearing from Aldi, and speculating that we wouldn't be able to have Benefit bars anymore as a part of Healthy Extra Bs. Well, the official news from Slimming World as of last night, so Friday the 25th of August, is you will still be able to have 2 Benefit bars from Aldi, the new ones, as a Healthy Extra B. And that is official, came from my consultant. So if you don't go to group, and you're not going to hear this from a consultant, it is official. I didn't just make it up. Yeah. And third thing to do with food, and this is my stupidity, I did not know, hand on heart, genuinely, that couscous is pasta. And because I can only feel it, I can't see it, and I've never read the packet, I honestly thought that couscous was a grain like millet. And I said something the other day when I was talking to Joe about making some meal or other. And I don't eat pasta. Excuse me, I haven't had my breakfast yet. I'm naughty, I should have eaten. I said something to Joe about not eating pasta, because I haven't eaten pasta for quite some time. I'm not a big pasta fan. But I said to him, but you know, I would like to try millet, and of course there's always couscous. And Joe looked at me sideways in the way he has of doing, and said, but surely couscous is pasta, because it's made of durum wheat, which is exactly what pasta is. So there you go. You're never too old to learn, Jane. So, yeah, what I want to talk about this week is referring to myself and thinking about healthy gut bacteria. Because as I've got further and further into this journey, things have changed dramatically for me. When I was at my heaviest, and going back as far as 1991, I had to have my gallbladder removed, and I know a lot of us have been on that journey. And I had mega problems for about 18 months before I actually had my gallbladder removed. And thank God, and touching wood, I have never had a problem since with like gallbladder attacks or pain or anything. I'm very grateful for that. But what I did have a problem with when I was, let me start again. What I did have a problem with when I was very heavy was digestion. I think it was pure pressure because of the amount of visceral fat that I carried. So the pressure that I put on my organs, including my bladder, and that's much better now too, but the pressure I put on my organs and the pressure I put on my digestive system because of the sheer volume of food I was always taking into my digestive system. I never gave it a breather. I was a compulsive grazer. I never stopped eating. 2 things I'm very good at. Very good at eating continually if I don't stop myself, and I'm very good at talking. So yeah. But I ate far too much for far too long. And the pressure and the strain and the damage I did. I've talked before about the damage I did to my esophagus and how I stretched everything and consequently needed a gastric band to get things back to normal size and normal resistance. But if I had £1 for every bottle of Gaviscon I've ever had to buy, and for every packet of Rennies I've ever had to buy, I would be a very wealthy lady. But something that has dawned on me latterly is that I don't buy those things anymore. I haven't bought a bottle of, I think I've probably bought one bottle, and it would have been the larger bottle because it's more economical, but I think I've bought one bottle of Gaviscon in all the time I've been on Slimming World. When I upped my fats recently, I was a bit scared. I thought, hang on, if I'm going to up my fats, am I going to change my digestion? By upping fat, am I going to cause myself to have indigestion again? But it hasn't worked that way because I'm eating healthy fats. So, talking about digestion and then taking it one step further for me has been looking at my gut bacteria with Jo's help. Looking at creating a healthier gut bacteria, because in the medical world, and I'm not very clever at this sort of stuff, but there is an understanding that calls your digestive system the second brain, because by the vagus nerve, it's connected to your whole body. Let's face it, nothing works in isolation. For donkey's years I've said I'm not in the mindset to diet, my brain's not in this, I can't focus on this. It was always something that I thought had to come from my brain. Now I've got a better understanding of what my gut actually does in relation to my mood, my emotions, my cravings and all of these other things. I realise that for all those years when I battled with my head, the problem was coming from my gut. Because I was battling with my head and telling myself, I can't diet, I can't lose weight, I've failed again, I'm no good at this, I'm rubbish, I'll always binge, I'll always compulsively eat, I can't do anything but overeat. I told myself all of those things while feeding my face with massive amounts of fat, salt, sugar, carbs, or basically anything I could get my hands on. So while I'm trying to convince the number one brain that yes, you can do this, the number two brain in my gut was sabotaging me because I was feeding it such rubbish. And I have a better understanding of that today. So with Jo's help, I'm trying to focus on getting a healthier gut bacteria. I don't want to be the woman anymore who swings between being constipated and then going regularly for a while and then building myself up to being constipated again, because that isn't good for me. Too many toxins involved there. So what I'm trying to achieve is a healthy bowel movement every day. And so far, so good. In fact, one morning this week I had to get up and go before it was time to get up, if you follow my drift. I'm usually the person who can kind of get up, go out for my walk and everything, come back, go to the loo, have a shower, get dressed, have breakfast. That works for me. Because being a blind person, I don't want to be halfway through the city, halfway through the day and think, oh God, I need the toilet. So I'm kind of working on getting myself as fit and healthy in that area as possible. And one of the things Jo introduced me to about a month ago was something called, can you show it on camera, Jo? Is that on camera?
Yeah, it's great.
Inulin. Now, Jo's going to tell us what inulin is because I'm not good at this. Go on, what's inulin?
Inulin's a prebiotic fibre that...
A prebiotic fibre?
A prebiotic fibre
Right.
that ferments in your colon and feeds the good bacteria there and helps with digestion.
So if it ferments in your colon...
Elimination and stuff like that, yeah.
So it helps with pooing, basically. If it ferments in your colon, that means it travels through your
Small intestine.
Small intestine
Undigested,
intact,
yeah.
undigested. So in a way, it's kind of sweeping things through without,
No.
because it doesn't digest. It kind of, this goes through undigested.
Yeah, it goes through.
Then it gets to your colon, and then
where it ferments,
and whatever it is this is made of, which is chicory root, actually feeds the good bacteria.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
I understand that. Okay,
Selectively feeds beneficial bacteria.
right. So there's a little piece I want to ask Joe to read, which is on a website that I'll ask him to link to today's video.
Okay. Over the past several years, there has been an exponential increase in the number of studies linking imbalances or disturbances of the gut microbiota to a wide range of diseases, including obesity, inflammatory bowel diseases, depression, and anxiety. One of the best ways to establish and support a healthy gut microbiome is by providing the right foods for your gut bacteria. These foods are called prebiotics. Prebiotics are indigestible carbohydrates, or at least indigestible to us, that reach the colon intact and feed many strains of beneficial bacteria. Prebiotics are generally classified into 3 different types: non-starchy polysaccharides such as inulin and fructooligosaccharides, soluble fibre including psyllium husk and acacia fibre, and resistant starch. Each of these types of prebiotics feeds different species of gut bacteria, but among these, resistant starch is emerging as uniquely beneficial.
Okay, now I touched on last week talking about potatoes and rice and what I called resistant starches. I actually said probiotic, and I should have said prebiotic. One of the things I've found personally, and this is just the way my gut reacts, if I eat something like a hot jacket potato, within 20 minutes I have got bellyache. Within an hour I need the toilet, and it's not a pleasant experience, and I feel crap. Oh, forgive the pun. When we cook new potatoes in their skins, when we steam them, if we save some and I eat them cold, which is how I really like them with salads and things, that doesn't have the same effect on me. And I mentioned that to Joe one day, and he explained why. Because when potatoes are eaten cold, they become a resistant starch, don't they?
Yeah.
When rice is eaten cold, it becomes a resistant starch. Something that dawned on me is my love of sushi. Now, years ago...
Basically, what resistant starch means is pretty like self-explanatory, but it resists digestion, so it doesn't spike your blood glucose levels,
That's handy.
as dramatically.
Yeah, that's handy to know. When I used to eat a lot of rice, I used to get bellyache. I think maybe it was down to the fact that I ate too much. I eat sushi now every day. I think I'm going for the world record. I reckon I've had sushi every day for about a year. I eat different kinds of sushi every day from different places, but I love sushi. And it was only talking to Joe again about resistant starches, and he said to me, but of course you've developed this love of sushi. And of course you eat it straight out of the fridge, and it's a resistant starch, and it seems to really help me. Now, I have had so many gut issues over the years, I can't begin to explain. Over the years I've been like, I can't eat cream, that upsets me, I can't eat bananas, they upset me. Now that my gut bacteria is better, I have no problem with any of these things. I don't know about jacket potatoes, I haven't tried a jacket potato lately. But if I can do anything to improve my gut bacteria and to feel as well as I do today, then I'm going to do it. Because as I say to Joe, I'm 61 the week after next. It doesn't seem long since I was 60. I'm doing my zip line challenge, does it? I haven't got the majority of my life left in front of me. I'm not being maudling. But when you get to my generation and you start to lose your friends, I'm talking about death here, it brings it home to you that none of us are going to live forever. I'm lucky, I've still got my mum, she's 85 and she's in really good nick. But, save for my mum, I would be the older generation in my family. I've got a brother who's 11 months older than me, but that puts us there at the top of the family tree that's still alive. And it's a reality. I do not feel old today. In fact, I feel younger today than I did 31, 41. Yeah, I feel great. I'm so well, and I'm so full of energy and vitality, and I sleep properly. I go to bed at night because that's another thing. I eat my carbs generally later in the day. So I may have a bit of a sugar rise from eating my carbs and then a sugar fall, but by the time that sugar fall is happening, I'm winding down ready for bed. And okay, I'm that generation of women who has to get up in the night for a wee. You'll get there one day, you youngsters. But I'm of that generation. But I can get up maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, go for a quick wee, back to bed. And I am getting now 7 or 8 hours good sleep. When I used to have problems with my guts, I used to lie in bed and not know which way to lie. Do I lie on my side, curl up my knees? Well, when you're that 22 stone size, you can't curl your knees up very far. I can get them up to my chin now. But I was always uncomfortable. I loved to sleep flat on my stomach. When I was big, I couldn't do that. I was like a seesaw. The belly got in the way. I couldn't sleep flat on my back when I was that big because it was bloody uncomfortable. And I used to wake myself up snoring because obese people do that. But today, I can get into bed at night, I can lie in any position I want, I can go to sleep, I can get a good night's sleep. I have no bellyache, no backache, and I feel great. I'm putting all that down to having lost weight, and I'm putting losing weight down to Slimming World. I just can't tell you how much taking these things seriously has affected my life. And one marvellous thing that's come out of all of this is I no longer crave any foods. I don't say that lightly, and I'm not joking. I no longer crave any foods. A friend came back from the States this week and bought me Reese's peanut butter cups. I put them away. I don't need them today. I will enjoy them at some point. If she'd brought me those 2 years ago, before Slimming World, I'd have eaten them before she got home. I don't have to eat things today because they're there. I can have chocolate in the house and not need it. I can eat it when I want it. I attribute all of that to Slimming World. Anyway, I think I've said enough, and I do need my breakfast. It's well beyond lunchtime probably. So I'm going. But I hope some of this was of interest to some people. I think there are 1 or 2 of you who are just as interested as I am in things like resistant starches. So let's move on with our week. Let's all have a good week. I wish you well, and I would remind you it works if you work it. It won't if you don't. But another important part of it is to eat food that you enjoy and get the most out of life, which is what I try to do every day. I only eat food I enjoy, and I'm grateful for the result I got today. A pound off, 9 stone 1.5, a BMI of 23.3 when it used to be 56. Couldn't ask for more. Have a great week. Thanks for listening. Bye.